All right, Velvet Hammer, January 2025 is being reborn. And that is thanks to my special co-person, Mo Hamoudi.
That's me.
And I want to tell you a little bit about Mo.
Okay.
And you can't correct me. Mo has been a lawyer for 14 years. Is that right?
That's right.
But he's joined the law firm only a year ago. We stole him from another law firm, which he had joined briefly after spending his entire career before then as a public defender, and specifically a federal public defender. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. I mean, that's about right. But before that, I was right out of law school. I actually hung up my shingle and was practicing for myself.
Yeah.
So for a little bit.
Okay, but look, Mo is more than just a lawyer, which is
Yes.
why I asked him to come here. And Mo is gonna, well, he just read me a poem, which is his poem because he writes poetry. But I do want to kind of go back in time.
Like how far back?
Okay. What was your career before you became a lawyer?
Oh my goodness. I have worked probably lots of jobs, but I owned a clothing store in New York City.
Yep, he owned a clothing store in New York City. In fact, when I wear clothes, he can tell me who it's by.
Yes.
Okay, but you also were
I was a bartender.
bartender. You were a wannabe
I was a wannabe actor.
actor. Did you get on anything?
I was an extra on Sex and the City.
What did you do?
I was an extra.
What-
I was
what does that
sitting
mean?
right by the actresses eating lunch at a cafeteria with another actress, and there was the actresses.
Did you have a line?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
have
so
one.
what I want to know is when you're an extra and you're eating lunch by Sex and the City people, like, are you fake talking or are you real talking?
Well, you have a conversation, but the mic doesn't pick it up.
I know, like, did they give you the conversation or did you have to make it up?
No, you make it up. You just
And what-
basically have your own conversation with the person you're sitting with,
And they're talking to you?
and they're talking to you.
Oh, what were you talking about?
I can't remember what we were talking about, but I do remember that I kept looking over at the actresses, and the director would go, "Stop looking at the camera." And, I remember that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Okay. But before that, where were you?
Before that, I did all kinds of odd jobs. I worked with a guy who sold insurance and real estate. I helped him out. I made pizzas. I can make pizzas.
Were you ever in the mafia?
No. No. But you would never admit that
Yeah.
if somebody asked you.
And Mo, that's a nice Italian name.
No,
Mo?
no, it's a Middle Eastern name. It's Mohammed, short Mo. But it's not. It's the name that kind of stuck with me when I came here, and people were, just started calling me Mo. My mom didn't like it. She was like, "What are you, a cow?" Mo, Mo, Mo. It's like she couldn't stand it. But people just started calling me Mo, and it just sort of stuck.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Uh-huh. And so it's easier.
All right. Well, we weren't going to talk like your whole life story today.
Oh, okay.
Because that could go on for a long time.
I could go on for
It's
a
very
long
interesting.
Yeah.
It's very human. It's very wonderful and very awful.
Yeah, life was difficult, but
Understatement.
yeah, life was difficult. But I think the best way I could describe myself, I would say I am a sloppy pup. That's what I am. I am just a curious pup. I get so excited about everything,
Yep.
and I just want to.
I'll vouch for that.
And I just get excited about it.
Yeah.
And I think that if I can track the one quality that's been true since I was a kid, hardships, no hardships, good times, bad times, is that I've had a disposition towards excitement and curiosity.
Okay, so you're here to do a podcast
Yes.
with me. You work for me.
I do.
Okay. You have to promise that you can't just suck up to me this whole podcast.
I'm not going to suck up to you. I'm going to tell you how it is.
I don't know. I don't believe you. Are you gonna?
No, I'm going to tell you how it is. I've learned really, really fast to just let you be you.
Yep.
And I see it. Like sometimes I'm talking to you and then your eyes go, and then I see it. Like you get a little twitch right here, and then you go like that, and then I go, okay, I just stand back. I go, let Karen be Karen, and just enjoy it. If that makes sense.
Yep.
You know, even if I don't agree with something I'm seeing, I try not to intervene. I just let you go and be you.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So,
So, what are we going to talk about?
I mean, we can talk about a lot of things. We can talk about the state of our profession very briefly based on our perspective. We can talk about, you know, what we want for, you know, ourselves. And we can talk about,
Oh, for two.
okay, we can talk about, I make the best buttermilk pie. We can talk about
Oh,
that.
for three. Oh my God, Mo.
We can talk about
Okay.
our New Year's resolutions.
Well, okay. Well,
We can talk about that because it's New
basically,
Year.
basically, the rules here are we have to talk about things that other people care about.
All right, well, what the hell do people care about?
Well, that's all we're going to talk about.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about things that make us go either or ha 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 or okay.
Wait, what's
Tho-
that one? Hirsch? What is that? Is that like angry?
That's like
or like
grr.
frustrated?
That's
Grr.
frustrated.
I like a grr.
Yeah.
Okay.
The difference about this podcast
Okay.
and the one that I've been doing for like 45 years is we're on video. That means that we had to like get dressed today.
Like,
We couldn't wear sweats.
well, kinda.
But this is what we wear. You wear those to court, and I do too.
I know my Hokas, Hokamo.
He's Hokomo, and however, I do want you to see this detail. Yes, he's got that. He's got a monogram, which is very corporate and elitist.
Because I'm a corporate guy.
Okay, but I promised my children when I started the podcast that the one thing that I would talk about that I hadn't talked about before, and which I have been faithfully talking about, is how the world of law has impacted a person who is not of the majority. So I've dealt with racism, I've dealt with sexism, I've dealt with, you know, all the bad stuff of the law being founded on the white patriarchy, basically. And that is something that I will continue to do with this podcast. Are you up for that?
I'm up for that. I'm up for that.
Okay.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
We can talk about that till the cows come home.
It will be, well, moo. We won't make a lot of friends sometimes within the legal community when we do that. But I think it's an important thing to talk about, especially because change is so slow. It's just too slow. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have real talks about real stuff, have a lot of fun. You're going to see us do it because I think that's a fun thing. I think the dynamic of being with someone else in this world that has just come out of COVID and being isolated, I think that this is going to be really fun. And this person here who came into my life less than a year ago is just like instantly connected to me. He's definitely a soulmate of mine.
Oh, that's really sweet.
It's true, though.
That means a lot.
Yeah.
I like that. Makes me feel good.
I know.
Like genuinely good.
Yeah.
I
He's,
like
by
that.
the way, he's the emotional one.
I am very sensitive. If you can't tell.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's very sweet.
All
I
right.
appreciate that.
Well, there we are.